All right, what is going on YouTube? This is take 3 because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Anyways, you saw the title, I'm leaving TMC. I've already gone through this whole video script like 3 times, so I'm going to make this a little bit quicker. If you have any questions, I can elaborate later. Okay? Anyways, I started working with TMC in November 2023. And at the time, we lived in Abilene, Texas. I was on the Texas Dedicated for a while. If you've seen my previous videos, you've heard me talk all about it. It's awesome. If you live down there, it's great. It keeps you moving. The biggest thing people complain about, not really TMC, but the biggest thing I see our guys complaining about is they don't know where they're going next. They don't know if they're going to get a good load. They don't know where they're going to sleep at night. They don't know what they're going to do. But if you get on that dedicated account, they're pre-planning your next load every time, pretty much. And they keep you moving. You're going to the same places all the time. You get familiar with all the highways around Texas. Texas is a big ass freaking state, but you'll figure out that Texas triangle from like Lubbock down to Abilene, out to Midland. Well, I guess it's not really a triangle, it's more of a star shape. Lubbock, Abilene, Midland, San Antonio, Houston, DFW, Abilene. It's a big freaking, just a, whatever you want to call that. You're going to be running that area constantly. And you're going to learn all them little side highways. You're going to learn all the little trickster cool places to pull over where people don't know about. Like, you're gonna find all the cool things, and it's awesome. Pays good. But we moved. The whole reason I joined TMC was because my wife wanted me to do something that would make a little bit more money in case she wanted to go to school or pursue something else. So I did. Truck driving is kind of in my blood on both sides. My uncle on my mom's side was a truck driver. My dad was a truck driver. I didn't grow up around my dad, but I was told he drove a flatbed too. And I was always kind of interested in it. I always liked the big trucks, tractors, farm equipment. I've always loved big diesel things, but I never pursued it because I didn't want to make the sacrifice that a truck driver has to make. But as soon as she asked me to, I was like, all right, let's do it. So we did, and she got a new job. She got an opportunity to go to Kansas City. Obviously, with my job, I just got to tell them, hey, I'm moving, and I just keep working. You know, it is what it is. But it sucked. I had to give up the Texas Dedicated, man. Oh, that blows. Anyways, making a little less money, not being dedicated. It is what it is. I got my old fleet manager back, which was cool. The guy I started with, David, up in Des Moines. He's a good guy. Anyways, I'll keep this moving. Sorry. So I sold the house, and long story short, don't buy freaking solar if someone knocks on your door to sell it to you. Okay? That's one of those things where if you don't already want it, don't buy it just because someone tells you it's a good idea. Sorry, I get fed up when I talk about it, but I bought that house in 2018 for $135 was what my total loan was. And by the time we sold it, I owed $104, $103, you know, whatever. With the market and improvements we made, that house was on the market for $175. Beautiful. Solar loan, 36 grand, still had to pay off. I had a loan out for AC that still had like 6 grand on it, had to pay off. I had to pay for a new roof. I had to pay for fencing, flooring. I had to pay for all sorts of crap, plus all the agent fees and all that crap. So on a house that sold for, I think we were desperate because we had already left and the house didn't sell, making mortgage payment on top of living in a camper. It was tight, right? I was in a tight spot. I sold it for $169, owing $104, and I profited $8,000. Do not buy solar if you don't already want it, and do it yourself. Anyways, we got this camper from my father-in-law. We're gonna try the full-time camper thing, you know? Still kind of sounds like an intriguing idea to me, sorta. But my wife, you know how it goes. If something happens to something, get rid of it because I don't want to deal with it anymore. You know what I mean? Well, I get it, because this camper was a piece of shit. It was a 2012. Father-in-law used the hell out of it in oil fields and whatever. It sat in Georgia for 2 years without being touched. Rust, mold, humidity. A camper can't live through that stuff. It was god-awful. One of the 2 ACs worked. So we dealt with that for like 3 months. We went up to Kansas at like record-breaking temperatures and humidity in September. We were in a place with no shade. And my wife is freaking pissed. She's like, is this how it's gonna be here? I'm like, honestly, it's not that bad. You're just feeling like it's worse because you don't have relief. But it is hot, yes. By the time we got out of that camper, it was cold. It was going into November. By the time we got out of there, we got ourselves an apartment in Overland Park, Kansas City. Nice area. Love the area. It's great. Apartment, not in love with. Apartment life is what apartment life is. If you know, you know. But I digress. So my wife has been absolutely kicking ass. She's been promoted to a manager of where she works now in Kansas City. We've got 2 boys. One of them we trade custody with. We homeschool them so that we can do this trade, seeing both families and not doing any crazy stuff. Babysitter when we need it, but it's been rough. Like, my wife has been managing a company with people that keep calling off, hiring people, working her ass off, with 2 boys at home with no help and homeschool. Like, it has just been hell on her, which makes my life not fun. You know, I don't get to come out here and be cool, Mr. Trucker, because I'm worried about all that going on. So, am I sad that I'm leaving TMC? No, because I'm glad to go fix my family life. That sounded bad. Fix my family's life. Oh my God. I can't talk. Fix my family life. Anyways, I'm probably going to cut this. Maybe not. Anyways, it takes a village and we don't have one. So that leads us to this. I'm leaving TMC, not because I'm mad at TMC or I hate being a truck driver, but because my family needs me. And even if you got to take a huge pay cut, even if I had to go flip burgers at McDonald's, that's not what I'm doing, but if I had to, I would, for my family, because that's what a man does. And my family doesn't really get much of anyone being a man for them because there isn't one there. So, yeah, that's where we're at. I'm going to be taking a pretty big pay cut, working night shift in a warehouse for now. I'll figure something else out. Ever since I met my wife, I've had bigger desires for life. Like, I've wanted to start a business or own something, you know. I don't really have a career direction like she does. She's been in the medical field for 15 years, I guess. A while. I've been doing all sorts of crazy stuff. I started at McDonald's as a teenager. I joined the Air Force. I volunteered at a fire department. I didn't get paid there, but it was something I did. And then I went and worked at the airport. I loaded bags on a plane. I checked out people at a ticket counter. I did FedEx Express. Excuse me. I drove a truck for 2 years. Like, I could build something with truck driving if I didn't have a family needing me, but is it even worth it if you're not, like, this just ain't it for me. So we'll figure something else out. Maybe I'll get creative. I'll start something. Maybe I'll do more YouTube. Probably more as a hobby, really. But we'll see. We'll see. We had previous business ideas that we've liked. I'm not going to talk about them right now. That'll be future video, hopefully. But yeah, whether it's gonna make me money or not, I'm hoping to do more YouTube. I've just been so tired. I'm putting this down. That was my notes. I hit all my talking points, but I love YouTube, and I have been a huge fan, a watcher, enjoyer of YouTube since the early days of it even existing, back in like 05 or 06 or whatever year it was. I was a child for sure. I was like 9 or 10 years old back then. I'm 32, so whatever that comes out to. Anyways, yeah, I want to be able to do more YouTube, even if it's just something for fun, because I love YouTube. I like the idea of making videos about stuff. I have not had the energy, for one, since I've been doing this. I thought, I could hop on here, and there's truck driver YouTubers that, they show you what loads they got, how they secured it, and props to those guys, because I can't do it. I got outside and recorded a couple things. I'm like, this ain't it for me. Meaning, that's not what I want to do with YouTube. Like, I'm not teaching you anything unless you're just a fan of me, I guess. But there's guys out here that have already recorded all that stuff. Like, you don't need my channel to learn how to strap down something on a flatbed. You know what I mean? If you want to learn about the really interesting pay scale of TMC, there's guys that have already done it. Like, whatever you want to know about TMC, if I haven't answered it already, somebody else has already talked about it on YouTube. There's good guys on here that work for TMC that are on YouTube. So I don't want to just copy all that stuff. Like, that's not what I want to do. So we'll see. If you go back in my channel, you'll see a smorgasbord. I cannot talk. Oh my gosh. Of just all sorts of random crap. Like, I've done video gaming. I've streamed on here. I've got some music stuff, some random cars and trucks, dirt bike stuff. It's kind of just a photo dump from my phone. Just random stuff because, even if I don't know what I want to really do with YouTube, I at least use it as sort of like a life diary, I guess. Like, if I know there's something that I want to show someone at some point, instead of having the awkward phone scroll for 10 minutes to show them like a 3-minute thing, I'll just throw it on YouTube if I think it's interesting enough to save, and then I'll just show them that. So, but maybe I can actually be a creator. We'll see. I'm rambling, I know, you don't care. But yeah, if you got any questions, feel free to ask. I don't post on here a lot because I don't know what to create. But I'm on YouTube all the time. I see the little notification if someone leaves me a comment. I'll get back to you. You can ask me questions, even if the last video was like 2 months ago. I'll hop on here and answer, but I'm not going to be doing any more TMC videos. I'm actually at the Joplin terminal right now, waiting on my wife to come get me. This is it. This is my last day. Saying goodbye to this truck. It's been a good one. Anyone who gets 14878 after me, it's a nice truck. It's been good to me. Forewarning though, I am cleaning it out, but it's dusty here, so if there's dirt on the floor, sue me. Bye.